What up? Things are getting crazy. Day 2 of the draft here. Like, what the hell are the Eagles doing? First of all, what the hell are the Packers doing? I don't know what the hell this team's doing on day 3 team's going to be. But, I mean, so far, from the first 2 days, Packers and Eagles are running away with it, guys. Of course, everybody's going to be talking about Jalen Hurts today to the Eagles in the second round. Doug Peterson said that he wants to use him like Taysom Hill in New Orleans, which is, that's cool. Don't take him in the second round, dude. If that's your plan, don't take him in the second round. You have a 27-year-old franchise quarterback with a big contract. The guy needs weapons. He needs offensive linemen. He needs a running back. He needs some help. I mean, mostly wide receiver. Still, I would have went wide receiver again, back to back. Because I got no clue about that guy in the first round. I mean, they should have taken Jefferson, really. I mean, to me. But who knows what's going on with them. I think the Raiders had a great day, too. Picking up more weapons, more wide receivers, more explosive playmakers. It's going to be pretty cool seeing what they got to offer. They should be pretty exciting on offense this year. Of course, the Cowboys actually are doing really well with this draft. Yeah, picked up CeeDee Lamb in the first round. Well, they didn't think he was going to be there. That was a big one. Then they pick up Trayvon Diggs, cornerback Alabama, in the second round with their first pick of the second round at 51. That's a nice pick right there too. And then Neville Gallimore, defensive tackle Oklahoma. I mean, that dude, they were saying he fell under the radar as far as the recruiting goes, but I mean, he looks like a beast. We'll see. We'll see what they can get out of him. But, I mean, they already have a fairly talented defensive line there, and this is just going to add to it. I like it for just even depth, rotational player. All contributors going there. You got the Buccaneers putting together a nice day 2 as well. They get the tackle in the first round that they wanted, drafted up to get him. Second round, they get the defensive help that they need. Antoine Winfield Jr. out of Minnesota. Father played in the NFL for a long time for the Vikings. This will be pretty nice. This will be pretty... the defense, they've been going pretty defense heavy in the last few years, draft-wise, so they're going to be one of the younger defenses in the league, but that also means they're going to be flying around, hitting people in the face. Rams drafting a running back also in the second round. Needed that. Cam Akers can replace Todd Gurley, or, position-wise. I mean, even Todd Gurley couldn't replace Todd Gurley right now. I mean, the guy's shot. Hopefully he can do well in Atlanta. I mean, I don't want to bash anybody. It was a mix of his injuries, whatever you want to call it, knee fatigue, whatever you want to call it, and the play calling. Went along with that. I wish him best in Atlanta. Ravens picked up J.K. Dobbins, which could spell the end for Gus Edwards. You don't spend a second-round draft pick on a running back and he doesn't play. Usually nowadays, you spend a second-round pick on a running back, that guy's going to start day 1. So they're looking ahead for the day when they don't have Ingram, because they got a taste of that in the playoffs when they didn't have Ingram and it was just Gus Edwards and Lamar Jackson. They weren't really as versatile, weren't really as strong of a running team with just those two. So J.K. Dobbins adds a lot of versatility, more speed. Coming out of a big program, Ohio State. Yeah, they got some good guys in their history, so I think they'll be just fine with that. But there's a lot of Gus Edwards fans in Baltimore, so it'll be bittersweet. I like the pick. It is a good pick. He is better. Arguably might be their best running back, not named Lamar Jackson. Just kidding. Sorry, Lamar. You're your quarterback. Just playing. But I think the steal of the draft so far is the Colts getting Jonathan Taylor at 41 out of Wisconsin. That dude is a stud. Studly manner in which he plays the game of football, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a fan. Not of the Colts, but Jonathan Taylor. Seriously, that was a great pick. Dolphins also staying in the offensive side of the ball. They want to get bigger on the offensive line. They want some more help for their new quarterback addition, Mr. Tua. Now, at the beginning of the second round, the Lions took a running back. I mean, DeAndre Swift, he was kind of getting bashed in the pre-draft process and saying that he wasn't really staying in shape and that the film at a second glance wasn't as good as the highlight reels and all that kind of stuff. And they're saying that his numbers were inflated by a great offensive line at Georgia. I think it's a mix of both. But I think he'll do well there. He's definitely going to be the man there. There's no one else to challenge him. So he's going to get a bulk of the carries. I think under Matt Patricia, that's a no-nonsense kind of guy. So we'll see what they can do as far as keeping him in shape and really being the workhorse for the offense that they need, because Matt Stafford has never had an actual good running back consistently. He's had flashes of guys having good, a couple of stringing good games together, but then they get injured and he can't stay healthy. And they need some consistency at running back. Hopefully he brings that, is what their hope is. But yeah, I think the winner of day 2 is definitely to me is the Raiders. They have the most exciting picks right now. They picked up Ruggs in the first. Then they get their cornerback. They get Arnett from Ohio State. So first, number 80, they take Bowder, wide receiver, Kentucky. Follow that with another wide receiver, Brian Edwards, wide receiver, South Carolina. Bowden's going to be more of like that gadget type of player. Can do wildcat, can be a freaking running back if you want, can be slot wide receiver, can return kicks, can play special teams. A Gruden grinder, if you like. And then Brian Edwards would have gotten a first-round grade had he not been injured during the draft process, so he fell all the way to them. And this is just perfect for the Raiders right now, having this fall into their laps. I mean, you drafted three wide receivers and 4 picks, but they have more ammunition to go. They later on trade their 91st pick later in the round to the Patriots, get more picks. So, I mean, they're positioning themselves well. Mike Mayock knows how to draft. They follow that with another defensive player to add to the corner from the first round. Tanner Muse, safety, Clemson, will really help. It's going to help push that room a little bit further. They've drafted some safeties in the past. Maybe haven't really worked out, injured. But let's see, man. I mean, you can never have enough defensive backs. So that'll be something that they're going to really, really improve on in that room and be able to hopefully cover Tyreek Hill. Because, I mean, that's the problem everybody has. I mean, especially in that division. You got to play them twice a year, so that's not cool. That's not cool. You know, it wouldn't be a podcast if we didn't mention my Titans. My Titans going big for the big offensive lineman in the first round. Follow that up, second round. Follow that up in the second round with Christian Fulton, LSU cornerback. I like it a lot. I think this really pushes Adoree Jackson. Could possibly put him into the slot. Him or Malcolm Butler, but I mean, that gives us 3 good corners now. We lost Logan Ryan in free agency. Definitely got a spot to fill there, but there's some guys on the roster that the Titans believe can contribute this year and in a bigger way, so we'll see how that goes. That was in the second round. Third round, they end up going for Darrington Evans, running back, Appalachian State. Basically, the flip side of Derrick Henry. So a smaller, speedier, a little more elusive runner, even though Derrick Henry is elusive in his own way. More so people just bouncing off of his giant frame. But this kid, Evans, is one of those players who fits perfectly with what the Titans do. They do a mostly one-cut run kind of system, power run scheme, but those kind of power runs like that, speed guys can hit the hole too. I mean, they just do it faster, so they can cut up, hit the second level. I think it's a perfect change of pace back to add to the Titans' offense and can help give Derrick Henry a little bit more of a backup, someone who can spell him for a little bit to keep some of those carries off of him. I mean, he welcomes the carries, so I would like to see them implement a couple of packages with them on the field together. I think that would be really cool. Split out the speedy guy, put him on a linebacker. You get the linebacker out of the box. You keep in no tight end, Fursker, whoever you got at tight end. You run a little power play. I mean, it's curtains. You could even do an RPO from the same formation. The linebacker doesn't come out, or soft coverage on it. You could do a quick slant, quick screen right from it. I mean, there's so many ways to branch it off from there. Of course, everyone's going to be talking about Jalen Hurts, but I don't know. Eagles fans are pissed. They're always pissed. They're going to be even more pissed because the Cowboys are having a pretty good draft, even though it pains me to say that. But my Titans are too. Tighten up, two-tone blue. Here we go, day 3 of the draft. It's going to get even crazier. So I just wanted to put out this quick little video. And, I'll check back with you guys after day 3. Check ya laters.